Fire to my ambition. Welcome to my channel, you guys. Thank you for subscribing and following, and thank you for the comments. I want to introduce my host. I have a real good brother of mine, a real good brother. He's here to tell his story and hope to inspire and motivate you guys. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hello world, my name is Michael Cochran. People call me Mike Muhammad, and this is a good friend of mine. We did time together in a joint. We down here in Texas. I don't know if you're familiar with the prison system in Texas. It's one of the worst, and not one of the worst because of the violence. It's worse because of the recidivism and the rehabilitation is next to nil. So they probably have 2 or 3 units that actually have good rehabilitation courses. If you want to rehabilitate, you have to rehabilitate self. You can't look for any outside help other than God. So I'm here to tell you about the fire that fired our ambitions. A lot of us, when we've been like this, we've been incarcerated before. You know, you'll sit around with your fellow inmates and you might talk about, when I get out, I want to do this, I want to do that. You have a lot of time on your hands, so you have a lot of time to study. And you basically in school, so you're basically learning and you're educating yourself, because that's the best type of education most of the times. So we sit up and educate ourselves for years on end. Me personally, I did 19 years straight. So after 19 years of incarceration, I've been out for like 9 months. And I got my own place, I got my own vehicle, I got my own business, and I work.
And not to cut you off right there, and a lot of people think, because like you said, you've been out, what, 9 months now? And a lot of people think that, which we don't have the opportunities, like we get a lot of stuff taken from us because of our backgrounds, like getting an apartment and not having the resources and stuff like that. But I just think we're doing good for, like, I've been out 9 years and I've accomplished a lot in those 9 years. And just to see you accomplish what you accomplished within 9 months is like, it's great. A lot of guys don't make it that far.
Well, a lot of guys bump their head one time as far as they run against an obstacle and they'll quit, or they'll fall for the status quo. I mean, the dreams that we have while we locked up, because we don't have, a lot of times we don't have nothing but our imaginations and some books we read. That's all we have, because we don't have nothing else to deal with. So all we have is our imagination. So we dream big in there. So we dream big, but then we get out here, we don't do nothing to actually make those dreams come into fruition, as far as like, okay, put a plan behind those dreams. So a lot of guys that actually put plans behind those dreams, they get out and they succeed and they be a success. And again, me personally, I believe in myself, as far as like, I believe that I can achieve. And I thought that I'd be way farther than I am. I thought I have a whole lot more than I have right now. And I don't. And I'm not mad, because everything that I go through is a learning lesson. I don't look at it as a failure. I look at it as a lesson. So I learned these lessons so I can never fall for that again, whatever it may be. As far as me, I got a murder case. So being that I have a murder case, that's a hell of an X against me. So it's like, when it comes to employment, so my first mind was like, okay, well, if I can't get a good job, I might as well learn some skills and have a skill set where I can work for myself.
And that's the best, man, that's the best mindset to have. Like, that's the best, especially being with the charge, the murder case. People see murder and like, oh, murder, you know, but yeah, I mean, you have to. Like, you came out like pretty much like headstrong. You know, we done time together, so I know how your mind was. You was always reading, building, perfecting your craft with your heart, you know, stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, you came out headstrong.
And that's the way you have to be. You have to believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, why should somebody else do? If you don't put no time into yourself, why should somebody else put some time into you? If you don't invest in yourself, why should somebody else invest in you? And that should be your mindset, because if we can make it inside those walls with nothing but our grit and determination, why can't we make it out here when we have resources at our hands, at our fingertips?
Right, at our fingertips.
And a lot of times we'll go straight back to those neighborhoods where we didn't do nothing but catch cases in, or get in trouble in. And if you're not actually strong enough mentally and spiritually to go back into those neighborhoods, then you shouldn't go back into those neighborhoods. Even if you have to, the world is vast. So if you have to relocate to another city or another state, relocate. If the people that you grew up with, y'all might have been childhood friends, but are y'all friends on a mature level? Because a lot of us, we get locked up and we're not the same person, or we shouldn't be the same person 19 years down the road. I shouldn't be the same person I was when I got locked up.
Nah, see, I grew up in Houston. I relocated to Dallas. So and then what you grew up in San Antonio.
I grew up in San Antonio.
Now you're here in Dallas.
Now I'm up here in Dallas. And I don't know nobody but the people that I was incarcerated with and my family members up here. And I'm okay with that. And because I'm at a point in my life where I'm not trying to make friends. And I was in 19 years of solitude, so I don't care about nothing like that. It's about being successful, and that's what it gotta be. It's not about trying to catch up. It's not trying to have what I see on TV. It's about me getting on the grind. It's about me when I pass by people and I see them working on the weekends, I be like, damn, I wish I was at work on the weekends getting that money. If I go to a store and I'm spending my money and somebody else is in the store working, who got the upper hand? So that's how I look at life. And yeah, I got a job, but I mostly subsist off my own entrepreneurial skills. And I don't depend solely on my entrepreneurship nor on my occupation, because that would be foolish to me. Because especially living in these economic times we living in now, I got out and all of a sudden I started doing a little good, and then COVID hit,
Man.
And we have a lot of civil unrest. We have a lot of unrest on planet Earth, period, and we have a lot of civil unrest. And this is the climate that I get out into, and this is the climate that I have to survive in. But I just survived 19 years in incarceration. So this ain't nothing to me personally.
Yeah, you survive. I think if you survive being incarcerated, or you survive anything, like anything.
So it's like the COVID going on. So it's like, okay, all right, COVID-19 going on. All right, we gotta stay inside. All right, yeah. So we gotta stay inside. So it's just something that you just deal with. It's not something that I put my all into dealing with. It's like, it's not. The pandemic is a pandemic, yes it is, but personally, through what I've been through, it's nothing. I'm free. So that's what I do. I exercise my freedom. I exercise my freedom of thought. And my freedom of thought makes me, it enables me to do better. As far as like, when you look at Texas, all right, we in Texas. All right, Texas was founded by some, so Texas, you had the founders of Texas. So what they did, a lot of people, they invited slave owners to come to bring their slaves and fertilize this land that was once Mexico. So one thing I always remember in school, they used to teach us that Santa Anna was a villain. And then I found out that Santa Anna, one of the reasons why Santa Anna was fighting was to free slaves. And if a slave made it to Mexico, he was free. And then you have Mexicans today that don't like black people.
Man, racism at all
And
time.
they don't even know, the word Mexican is a derivative of another word that means mixed breed. So it's like, you have a lot of stuff that's going on in the world today, and a lot of people that have been misled, and so you gotta find yourself. And when you locked up for years on end, if you don't know anything else, you know yourself, or you should know yourself. But the worst thing about being locked up is that sometimes the age that we go in be the age that we come out sometimes. So if you have some people that go in at the tender age of 15 and 16 and get out at the age of 40, but mentally still be 16 and still have the hang-ups that a 16-year-old have.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times we don't know how to deal with our emotions, because you can't be emotional while you locked up. You can't just vent all the time. You have to. It's a certain demeanor that you have to have, and so you do that, and you be emotionally dead for years on edge, and you got to come out here and try to deal with your emotions, try to deal with a relationship. Some guys get out here and get right into a relationship and move in with a female, and then things don't work out, and then they never gave themselves time to work on themselves.
Yeah, you have to work on yourself before you get in a relationship. You have to work on self. Self is very important, you know. You have to, because it can affect a lot of different things in a relationship. But yeah, man, that's Mike. Mike, we got more videos to come. We got a lot of great content, a lot.
And if it's any topic you would like to hear about, we can go on and on. But if there's any topic you'd like to hear about, anything you want to hear about, just send it to us, you know. And if it was anything that you liked about it, just like and subscribe, and we'll be back.
Fight my ambition. Y'all, thank you for tuning in. See you next week.